Welcome, guys, to the Tayarra HUB. What an amazing Wednesday we got today. We got the Andrometa team for the call-up today on our Tayarra HUB. I would love to welcome all the team. Thanks for joining the Tayarra HUB and sharing the vision of ours. Well, let's start. At first, I will let the team word to introduce themselves at first. So, guys, if you could just pick the word and briefly introduce yourself. What is your experience, background?
Hey guys, how are you doing? Can you hear me well?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Perfect. So thank you for having us today. Thank you everyone for joining. I go by Booyah. I've been in the space since early last year. My background in real life, I do business development and project management for pharmaceutical company. So that's kind of what I do in real life. In the crypto space, I also have my own AMA group called the Palace, and I co-own this group with Jedi as well. Jedi is our CMO. Jedi is a guy that I've met. He's one of the first people I met in the space last year. Been my right hand ever since. Jedi is someone that is an expert in marketing, not only in the crypto space but also in real life. So it's very important for me. It was very important for me to bring Jedi on board with us. So, Jedi, if you want to say hi.
Awesome. Like, freely share the link in the chat if you wanted to for the Palace group in order to let guys join. Gonna be awesome.
Oh, that's cool, man. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. All good.
Awesome, man.
Thank you for that amazing introduction, Booyah. He's always way too kind. Thank you guys for having us on here. It's the Andrometa team. As you could tell, guys, we were all very close. I mean, we're friends, brothers, investors, all before we, decided to come together for the project. So it works best. We talk many times throughout the day. We've been doing that since the end of 2021. So the project has a lot of in development. We have different specialists doing what they're good at. You see that. So we don't have, one person or one dev wearing multiple hats running every single thing. For example, my thing is marketing. That's how I help the project. That's my background. Graduated biomed engineering, went into marketing after that, then went into crypto. So we'll talk about marketing strategies and how we're going to use that in Andrometa later on. But thanks for the introduction, Booyah. Good to be here.
Awesome. Thank you, Jedi. Next up, he's not here right now, but Balutsky is our COO. Balutsky is a real life friend of mine. He's from the same hometown as me. So we shared common interests in the crypto space. I think he's been in the space a little bit longer than I have. But Balutsky, he's a numbers guy. He's someone that he helps a lot when it comes to setting up the project and getting all the technical aspects of the project going. So
like the brain.
The brain of the numbers and the strategy, numbers and strategy, and the approach of the project. So really happy to have that guy on my team as well. And the Amo is here, I believe. Amo is someone I met 6-7 months ago on the Palace. Actually, he came for an AMA with the group for one of the projects he was working on, his own project. Right away when I hosted Amo, I kind of saw what kind of person he was right away. Very caring. He cares a lot about investors, cares a lot about the community. He has a natural approach to dealing with people and managing people. So we've been close since I met him. And a few weeks before the project started, I kind of reached out to Amo because I really wanted this guy on our team. He's not only just someone that's can manage a community and stuff like that. He's also very savvy when it comes to crypto. He has a lot of knowledge, so definitely a great asset for us. So Amo, if you want to say hi.
Maybe, yeah. I'm sorry. I need to allow to speak. Yeah, right
Hi
now,
guys,
Emo,
yeah.
you put
I was actually
awesome,
waving my
awesome.
hand at the start of the AMA, and there was quite a few people with their hands up, and nobody was unmuting me. And then I put a message in the group, and I probably went unnoticed. But
All good
anyway,
now.
hi guys, I'm Amo. I'm from England, UK. I'm 39 years old, and my background in the crypto space spans back about a year and a half, 2 years. I started off as an investor, just like a lot of people here, and ended up moderating for a few groups, along with some of the mods that I have on this team as well. Then went into a project with some friends and, launched our own project. And then during an AMA, as Booyah mentioned, that's where I met Booyah, and he asked me on to come on to the project a few weeks before launch. And it was a no-brainer for me to be a part of this team, be a part of the community. Great community, great force behind it, and a great team behind it as well. Me, in my personal life, I'm a plumber and a tiler, so I'm very hands-on, but my love for the crypto space and the community goes pretty far back from the start of my crypto time. It's my niche. It's where I find myself in the crypto space. So really good to be here, and hopefully this is the start of good things to come. Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. So if you are talking about the team, when we were approaching like the AMAs in the past, I always loved the question on how did you manage to start the project, and like what was the original idea? Like how did you guys met up and really stood behind and said, okay, we will create Andrometa?
Yeah, well, I can kind of speak for all of us. Crypto is a very special place. There's a lot of things happening. Everybody here can know that. I don't need to tell you guys.
Yeah.
Lots of ups and downs. A lot of projects you can't really trust. A lot of teams. With different strategies, with different marketing approach, with different utilities, different things like that. Hosting a lot of AMAs on my group, I kind of, got to see a lot of different things. But you never know what to expect from projects, right? And when after hosting so many AMAs and stuff like that, I got to see a lot of different kind of projects, and by the end of the year, kind of wanted to create my own thing with a project that would speak to me, and that would be safe for people, with a great team around me. So kind of put our brains together, started brainstorming some ideas, some cool concept, and we came up with Andrometa. So we really wanted to do something that we would be proud of, and that could be good for the community and exciting for people as well.
Yeah. Awesome. So that was for an introduction, and so let's move a bit onto how you guys launched. I see like the chart looks quite bottom. So if you were especially to our community interested into Andrometa, check that out, and definitely pick your spot in there. And I need to ask, like, how did you launch? Was it a fair launch IDO? Was there a private pre-sale? How's the vesting? So if you could talk a bit about.
Yeah, so it was kind of a fair launch. We didn't want to use any launch pad or any pre-sale. So the way it went is that we had a private sale, and then we launched right away after the private sale. We launched 2 Pancake Swap. We had to be perfectly transparent. We did have a couple of issues at launch. So we relaunched. We relaunched 2 times in a matter of 4 or 5 days, something like that. So we did, honestly, I think we did the craziest pre-launch marketing I've ever seen in the space. We went to all the biggest group that you can think of: Golem, Caesar, Venom. We did all the travel. We did all the big AMAs. Um, Unfortunately, we did have a couple of hiccups at launch, but obviously we're a long-term project. So we have to move past that launch and build a sustainable project for the future. So we constantly meet every day with the team, just to build a strategy for the future and make sure that we have something that some marketing strategies and things like that that we can use to really come back from this and get started on the right track. So we've been working really hard, and soon we're gonna see see the things turn around slowly.
Yeah, like these things happens, and only what's like we or you needs as a team is the community behind. So all goods, and
Yeah.
I think with the right perspective, gonna be all goods. I think I'm going to ask about the supply and especially the Western. So if you could drop a word on the supply and if there is some Western still ongoing, or how is that approached?
Yeah. So funny enough, you mentioned the vesting. So we had 2 private sales. The first one was non-vested, and the second one was vested. The vested one was a lot smaller than the first one. So about 50 BNBs less than the first one were accumulated in the second round private sale. Those people were vested for 7 days. So we actually gonna airdrop the second part of the vested tokens today. People that wanted to get out got out for the most part. The ones that are still sticking with us, majority of them staked their tokens already, so they're here for the long run. We have a great community, like you mentioned. A lot of people supporting us, a lot of people that saw what kind of team we are, and they're here to stick with us for the long term. The one of our utilities is the staking platform, which gives great rewards back. So people are just excited to stake their tokens as soon as they get them. So we're gonna be slowly airdropping people today manually to make sure that there's no mistake, and go from there.
Yeah, so like you haven't used any kind of a launch pad or so.
We did not use a launch pad. Like I said,
Mm-hmm.
we didn't wanna like the team didn't believe in the concept of giving the best price to people that we don't know. Just for the simple fact that it does create hype and does create some kind of uh, um, when you do your SWIP widget and stuff like that, it's great to build a group and have more numbers and competition and stuff like that. But after the launch, it kind of kills the project when you have a million people that are part of the pre-sale and they just want a quick 2x and get out. So we kind of didn't want to use a launch pad, and we didn't want to do a pre-sale. So we did use the harder approach, which is raising private funds. But that was our idea since we first started the project. We really just didn't want to do a pre-sale. So we did the private sales and then straight launch.
Awesome.
I'm gonna expand on that.
Yeah.
So I just want to expand on that a little bit. So exactly what Bui, our CEO, is saying. Many times in the space we've been burnt by people doing those big old whitelist competitions, and it might be hype, it might draw people in, but then obviously because it's random people, you have people who don't care about the project, they want the quick flip, and end up leaving the project in complete ruin. But even in these times, because we went out and handpicked the people that were our investors, handpicked the people that we've trusted and we've known for a long period of time. These are guys, we have like a private will group, and these are guys day in, day out. They're bullish about the project. They're looking forward to the ETH NFTs coming out, everything. They're throwing suggestions, and we're just adding to that family daily. So just keep in mind that despite what the market looks like, we know how to develop a long-term project. It's definitely, it starts with the culture and the community, and putting those pieces in, like building like a Lego. You can't rush it. You can't try to fake the hype. Ultimately it's going to crash down if you find the people who care about the project, people who are invested in it, and people who want to find more of those type of people. That's the way to go. So that's what we're doing. It's the kind of a slow moving process. So keep that in mind. Look at the chart. You definitely want to get in at this point before all the marketing spend, the dollars, and all of that happens, because obviously the price will be much higher at that point.
Agree. Like we touched the DeFi part, the Western. The staking. So if you could guys explain like what's the APR and the format of the staking, so the community are gonna learn, and if they're interested, maybe stake for some juicy rewards. As I've seen, the staking is available, works fine, but to deliver to the listeners, gonna be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. So for the first 3 days, we did have a promotional period for the people that staked in the first 3 days after launch. So we did increase the APY percentage for the first 72 hours. But right now, it's if you want to stake your tokens, it's great. So we have 3 different options. We have 14 days, 30 days, and 60 days. For the 14 days period, you would get 30%, 30 days 80%, and 60 days 125%.
Yeah. And like, are there any withdrawal fees, or the staking is flexible or some set time?
Yeah, so if you do not complete the full period in which you're staking, there is a percentage. Jedi, if you can remind me, I'm not sure if you know the percentage, the fee if you withdraw before the period is over.
If you withdraw before the period ends, I believe it's a 15% fee.
Yes, 15%. There you go.
Yeah. And like, if you were talking about the taxes, guys, I've seen that there are some taxes. So explain a bit detail on how to really they are utilized in the whole ecosystem, and how they function to boost really the price.
I'm sorry, you mean the economics?
Taxes. Hello.
Taxes, same thing.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So we can go over that.
Yeah, we can.
So, bear in mind, okay, so it says there the buy tax, sell tax 9%. That is what it is. We think that's attractive, whilst giving us ammunition to do what we need to do for the project. So that's split in this way. It's 4% 3%. The writing on the webpage needs to be edited. Our web guide missed that a little bit, but I'll go over it. So it's split in marketing and development, staking pool rewards, and the team. 2% to the team, 2% to staking pool rewards. That should be 1% to the team. Sorry, 1% to the team, 2% staking pool rewards, 2% to development, and 3% to marketing. We did it that way because we want to make sure that we have enough to push throughout this period. Obviously, look at the Dow, S&P, Bitcoin, everything. It's been kind of in a downturn since November. But being a project that has real utility and has something that is attractive to people, like we said, the staking pool, safe, passive, consistent income. You could stake your tokens ADMT on the BSC. You can stake your ETH NFTs and earn ETH rewards that way. And you can also buy and sell the ETH NFTs on OpenSea. Extremely attractive to a lot of people, and we still need funds to market that. So that's why we have the tokenomics set up that way.
Yeah.
We're doing things like we have a marketing agency that works for us 24/7, ninjapromo.io. They manage our social medias 24/7, Twitter, Medium, Instagram, and then they manage our Discord 24/7 as well. We're trying to grow that to one of those 1,000-member type Discords, because again, we're focused on Discord, Twitter, Medium, and Telegram, because those are the places that the investors that we're looking to attract, those are the places that they hang around. So we're doing things like setting up strategic partnerships, doing things like SEO, slew of YouTube videos. We've been on every big AMA channel you can name on BSC side, and then we're starting to do that on the Ethereum side as well. We have a specific NFT marketer that sold out multiple other ETH and SOL NFT collections, and he's coming on to sell out our collection as well. So while we're building up our NFTs right now with our NFT designer, we're talking with them day by day, week by week, to make sure that the designs that we're having, the plans that we have, we tell them the collection size, the price we're thinking, just to make sure that it falls in line, the type of collections that he is used to selling out. And everything we've been getting is just a yes all around. So, we're setting things up in motion to be one of the projects that stand out as a gem in this type of time. So that's why we have the tokenomics set up the way they are.
Awesome. We talked about the staking part, and if we are talking about the Andrometa token as a whole, how is the token utilized in the whole ecosystem, and what are long-term hold benefits, but rather what more utility is planned to be added?
Yes. So the way it works, once we launched about a week ago, from launch, you could stake your tokens. So right then and there, those tokens are able to earn you passive income. You're earning 80 MT tokens. On top of that, in a few weeks now, our NFTs are going to be launched. And once those NFTs are live, a week after, you're going to be able to stake those NFTs, and you're going to be able to earn Ethereum from those ETH NFTs. And we're still developing, future utility for the NFTs, but we wanted to make sense. We don't want to just throw something out that hasn't been thought through. Everything we throw out, we want to make sure that it's beneficial to the project. It's going to bring more investors, more volume, and it's going to make our investors more money, because that's the whole game plan, right? So keep that in mind. There are a lot of angles we can go. If you look at the roadmap at the bottom of the website, we've given you a taste of what's to come, but we definitely don't want to show you everything. Just keep in mind, we're thinking outside the box. We're doing things like possibly turn the NFTs to an animated series, using the NFTs as additional merch. There's even talks of, in the future, developing and fleshing out a metaverse, because we have a lot of things that we could take the project. It's ultimately based on the community. Just like the NFTs, at first we wanted to go the BSC route, the easy route, because of course he has a BSC token. But because of the community, they wanted Ethereum NFTs. They wanted the NFTs that you could buy and sell on OpenSea. And so we listened to them. And that's what we're going to continue to do. We go to them, ask them, because they're the investors. They're the guys that are going to be buying our stuff. And we see what the community wants, what the public wants. And we're going to do that. It's very simple. That's the plan. It's working so far.
Yeah, completely agree. And I see that you guys got the cross-chain title. Let's talk about the DEXs you are currently listed on. If you are listed on Sexes, although about that and the future plans.
Yes, so we actually, if you look on a BSC scan, you see we've set apart about, I believe, 75% of the actual supply is locked, because that is, rewards that are paid to the staking pool, staking holders. Again, we wanted to make sure that the people who are benefiting the project, the people who are believing in the project. So you guys are hearing that, throw a bag in staking, make sure you have a high staking percentage, and you'll be earning a lot of those rewards. On top of that, if you look on BSC, you also see that there's about, I think, 7.5 locked as well for future Sexes, future centralized exchanges, because there are many that we could do have partnerships with, but of course they require their own separate liquidity. So that's definitely in the plans. Obviously, we are focused on building out the project fully, and making sure that we're doing things that directly translate to rewards for investors first. So that's why we're focusing on staking pool, finishing that on the NFTs, finishing our ETH NFTs, building out the Discord, Twitter, Telegram, where they're massive active communities, and then we'll move on to things like that as well.
Awesome. Well, I see we touched the NFTs just briefly. So if we could talk about the NFTs, as I see them as a powerful tool, really, both like product-wise and towards the utility. What is the role of the NFTs in the Andrometa ecosystem as a whole?
So the role of the NFTs, I mentioned this before, but just to reiterate, NFTs, they're going to be on Ethereum, right? And you're going to be able to stake those NFTs, and you're going to be able to earn Ethereum with those NFTs. So obviously, some things about Ethereum, it's over 10 times the volume of BSC. It's the second biggest cryptocurrency. It's soon going to be the first, I would say. Very, very attractive to a lot of people, especially people who have no idea what crypto is. That said, it's just very bullish if you think about it. I mean, you go to OpenSea, you can look at different collections, different things that you might like. You see on Twitter very popular collections, Bored Ape, the Penguin one. There are a lot of different ones. But just imagine if one of those, if your favorite collections was tied to a BSC project, how bullish that would be, how much organic volume would just flow from both sides of these cross chains. So that's what you have here. Again, we've done things to make sure that this NFT collection we're coming out with on the Ethereum side sells out, and we have an active community, volume, and all of that. So that's going to be pouring out and into the BSC side as well. It is cross-chain for a reason. We want to make sure that anyone who's investing in a token right now and staking the token, anyone who's a top holder on our BSC side for the ADMT token, they are going to be receiving things like whitelist, receiving things like free Ethereum NFTs, just so that we benefit you guys as well. Because we know there are a lot of investors who they've heard of Ethereum, obviously. They want to get started with it, but maybe they've been burnt in the past. Maybe the gas fees have hurt them. But this is a nice way to kind of introduce and transist people who are on the BSC side to Ethereum. So that's why the NFTs are going to be on Ethereum.
Yeah, so there was a poll about how exactly the community chose this way.
Yeah, there was a poll, but what even gave birth to the poll was a lot of just community suggestions. We've been very open and told them to be very vocal. Again, we do have that a web chat as well. So in both places, people were saying things like, we wish if the NFTs were on Ethereum. Obviously, Ethereum is bigger, better. I mean, and to be honest, it is the elephant in the room. As a marketer, definitely in projects, BSC is just whenever I hear a project doing a BSC NFT, it's like, okay, you're going against the flow. You're starting something that's going to be difficult, because obviously in this space, people like Ethereum NFTs, like SOL NFTs, those are the biggest ones. BSC NFTs, you would have to generate and kind of make the investors come out of the woodwork, rather than just picking up investors as they are everywhere on Twitter, Telegram, Discord. Everyone's bullish for Ethereum NFTs. So that was kind of the idea that gave birth to the poll question. And obviously, it was a overwhelming yes. We want Ethereum NFTs, and so that was that.
Yeah. And which marketplace are you looking forward to list those NFTs, or is it gonna be yours?
Yeah, so you'll be able to buy and sell our NFTs on OpenSea.
Awesome. And have you thought about the royalties, the fee when our people trade in?
Yes, we have discussed that. But sorry, go ahead, Buya.
Oh, sorry. I just wanted to say this is still something that has not been disclosed yet as to how much NFTs are going to cost. Obviously, this is something like that I mentioned earlier. We do have someone we're gonna work with to sell out those NFTs, and this guy uh, he knows how to operate everything. He knows the market value, what is the best approach when it comes to setting a price and stuff like that. So we have not decided on a price per NFT yet. We're still discussing with him. We have an idea, of course, because we already discussed a lot amongst us, but this is something that's going to be disclosed a little bit later.
Yeah, like what I really loved is that the fact that the NFTs should be animated, which I really, really admire. And I think like nowadays it is quite popular, or at least people try to have some kind of a stories behind. So, is there any like kind of a background or lore as a background for the NFTs of yours?
Yeah, so this is something again that we're working on, kind of make it a storyline, because I really think that we have a very cool concept that I have not seen in the space before. And you can kind of tell a little bit about just looking at our sneak peek. So there's a lot of room for imagination and different concepts and storylines and stuff like that with the characters. So definitely when we're gonna be revealing the collection, and when we're gonna be revealing the price and things like that, there's exciting stuff that's gonna come with it, including like some kind of storyline. So that's a good question.
Yeah, awesome. And what about the artist team? Like, how big is the artist team, and are those NFTs unique, or are they gonna be sold in packs? Like, what are the specs and details of the sale? And maybe if you already know at least a tentative date, just drop it, because I think it is quite important to learn the listeners and the community about the dates and terms, so they can prepare for a sale or at least anticipate.
Yeah, so definitely the community is gonna be kind of prioritized when the time comes to mint the NFTs. We believe that we can safely say that they're gonna be released within 3-4 weeks from now. And like Jedi said earlier, it's gonna be on OpenSea. Um, Jedi, if you wanna elaborate on his question.
Yeah, like if there's
Uh,
nothing to add,
if there's
yeah,
No, sorry, I was talking, but my mic was muted. Yes, just like Booya said, we're gonna give the exact dates when the mint dates. But obviously we can't really give an exact date so far out because it's based on so many different things. We want to make sure that there are no issues at all with the launch of the NFTs. So we want to make sure that's once that's set in stone, based on feedback from the devs and the marketer, and everyone associated with the project, then we'll be able to give you a detailed exact date. But just stay in our chat, Andrometa token, follow the announcements and follow the Twitter. Literally, we're posting daily. We're doing that on purpose because the people, the collections that have the thousands of members on Discord, communities active, that are doing things that people want their NFTs. Those collections are active daily, are posted multiple times on Twitter. So that's what we're going to continue to do. Keep in mind, we go see the project, the holders. I think we're just shy of 400 now. So very, very early. But if you look around, the things we're doing is like the projects with the thousands of holders, because that's where we're going to be eventually. You definitely want to get in early in this type of thing.
yeah, awesome. And like if I would purchase the NFT from the OpenSea, people gonna be able to see what exactly they are buying, or Are these gonna be like let's say mysteries or post-revealing and simply to let the gamble rarity aspect to Bart, or it is just simply you are buying what you're seeing?
So it is going to be random mint. From the different NFTs you're seeing, you see that there are a few different types. There's male, there's female. There are different attributes. There is a companion. So there are a lot of different things you can get. The companion is going to be super rare, by the way. So it's going to be random mint. Obviously, it's going to be 10,000 different traits, different rarities. And based on the rarities, obviously, the rarer it is, the higher Ethereum you'll be able to earn. So keep that in mind. Obviously, we have a lot of things just innately in the creation of the NFT to make it just have organic incentive. Who doesn't want Ethereum? Obviously, you're going to want more Ethereum. You're going to want a rare NFT. You're going to keep on wanting to buy through the pack and buy an OpenSea. So that's just going to give us volume off the bat. So excited for it, guys. That's something in the pocket that we have, and we're all working towards that.
So if I got it right, you will buy the NFT, then you will get to know like which rarity it is, and the better rarity it is, then the more Ethereum you will earn. So if you will earn the Ethereum, like on which base you need to stake the NFT, or it is going to be airdropped? How does that work?
So just like we have a staking pool on the BSC side, the Ethereum NFTs, we're also going to have a staking pool for that as well. So you'll be able to stake your NFT and earn Ethereum that way. So it's going to be a really nice ecosystem. But obviously we want to make sure that there are no kinks in it. The same devs, the Elevate Software, the guys who've done 1.7 billion in market cap, previous projects, very talented guys on Ethereum and BSC, and so as well. Same guys created our 4 contracts, BSC staking, BSC smart contract. They are creating the Ethereum staking and Ethereum NFT smart contract. So it's going to be, from scratch, expertly coded and everything like that. So you're going to have to interact with our staking pool to earn the Ethereum rewards.
Awesome. So this is for the NFTs. And now let's talk a bit about the events. So we already know about the NFTs that are going to be released. Have you got any other kind of term or dates with an event that the community should look up for?
Yeah, I mean, so the way we set up the project, we wanted to make sure that obviously the people who are going to be here long term, people who actually care about the future of the project, those are the ones that benefit. Meaning we wanted to kind of shake the tree, shake out people who are temporary, people looking for the quick X's, paper hands, they're sometimes called. So those people that have left the project, we did that purposely, meaning really the marketing, all the spend, the plan. We've been talking about the 8-page of marketing that we have. The team's well versed in it. We're all on the same page. All of that's been slated to these next coming weeks. So right now, it's kind of like the calm before the storm. The next couple of days, weeks going forward, you're going to see Gatesport in terms of marketing. We're going to be all over Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Medium, Reddit, and all that we've laid out, the foundation, setting up our Discord, Twitter, YouTube, Telegram. That's going to be growing into the thousands. So just keep in mind, this is very early. We wanted to kind of give you guys a heads up. Once the NFTs are live and released in a few weeks, you'll be able to earn those and earn ETH from that. So those are kind of the things to look forward to. A lot is happening this month specifically. So get on board, get in our Telegram, ask questions, read the white paper, and you will be cut up to speed.
Yeah, like if anyone went through the white paper, I think something remarkable could be written there, and that is like a American company you onboarded. So it may be a kind of differentiation what I was about to ask, but I think it is important since it is looking like this marketing company is like quite good. So if we could drop a word like which marketing company, and what's the experience behind, and why did you onboard it?
Yeah, of course. It's on the screen right now. Ninja Promo. Their website is ninjapromo.io. They are a crypto marketing agency that we sought after. We did this because obviously, again, we don't want to be one or two, three guys wearing multiple hats, doing different things. There are a lot of people on the team who are skilled and obviously know what to do in terms of marketing, development, and that. But we still wanted to pick experts for this. So Ninja Promo, you can look at the website. They've worked with lots and lots of big brands and businesses. They do all sorts of marketing, paid, social media ads, SEO, retargeting, part PR, you name it. And so I've been in discussions with them. We brought on their team. So what they do for us, they manage our Twitter 24/7 and other social medias. They manage our Discord. They built our Discord. You can go to our Discord to see it's very professionally built. All the channels, they have quizzes, games, contests, different things. Just keep the community engaged. And I check it, and I'm impressed. It's going by the day. And we haven't even released the secret sauce in that Discord because there's a way to blow up that Discord to thousands. It's not too much of a secret. It's an invite contest. But if you do it correctly, you make sure people are inviting real people, it can really make a server go exponential. So that's going to happen. And we have a professional company, Ninja Promo, managing that 24/7. So that's amazing. And they're also building out our content for our social media platforms 24/7. So if you go to our Twitter, Andrometa token, you can look at some of that, the designs. They make 2D, 3D motion, GIFs, articles, you name it. They have professional designers right now making that for us. So we're going to have that all over our Telegram and all sorts of social media platforms. And then the next phase, we talked about this bomb of marketing that's going to be released in the next couple of weeks. Part of that is the phase 2 of what they're doing for us. So they're going to be doing paid social media ads. That's Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. Retargeting, meaning that people who watch the video, people who go to the website and interact with that, we can show them other ads at different places around the web. We're also going to be doing SEO, search engine optimization, meaning that when people search for Andrometa on Google, search for different things related to Andrometa, we will start to pop up, bringing us traffic volume from all different angles. Again, what I'm mentioning, this is real marketing. This is what few people, if any, do in the space. Is not just Telegram calls and Twitter calls and that. We're doing traditional marketing because we want to be, one of those big projects. We're starting off slow now. We're going to get to the millions and then multi-millions, and then we're going to shoot for the billions. We have a long road ahead of us. But you remember this whenever we get there, that we showed you guys, we warned you guys, and we're doing things like adding on Ninja Promo, adding on, Elevate software, and bringing on, especially NFT marketers that have sold out collections, just to make sure that we bring people who've done it before so that we could do it again.
Yeah, awesome. Like this is some sort of partnership, but or you simply bought like the company, or what's kind of the relationship in between the projects?
So we have them on retainer monthly. And that's how it's going to work going forward. Typically how agencies work. So yeah, we have them working for us every month and we pay them every month to work for us.
Awesome. So you're like a legal company to run all the stuff needed.
Exactly. So we can focus on what we need to focus on.
Awesome. And this is, guys, really like quite important, and that's why I'm asking almost every kind of collab we got in here, because in order to have the overlap into the real world and kind of really have it, you need to secure all the legal parts of the project in order to be long-term success. So this is, I'd love to hear that. And if we touch the partnerships, what partners you got, if any, and what many other partnerships are there in the pipeline?
Yes, so I think that's a fantastic question. Let me start off with saying that we've done about 25 AMAs. Literally, if you're on the BSC side and Ethereum side, all the top callers and communities you can name, from Gollum, Caesar, Venom, Rug Free House, Drew, Travel Lab. We've been in all of them, and we have recordings of them. If you listen to the recordings, they've all been very bullish on the project, bullish on the white paper and where we're going. And I'll let out the secret that in DMs, they've been the same way. Some of them I talk to daily, meaning that they're many of them are down to, partner with us, call us again. So we're going to be on there again. It's just a matter of time. On top of that, there are a lot of people on Medium, on Twitter and YouTube, big names. I'm careful not to release the names because I don't want to let the cat out the bag. But obviously, from the AMAs and from what we've done in the past, you kind of see the caliber of people that we attract. So there are a lot of partnerships going to be across all different social medias are going to be coming out with this bomb of marketing we're talking about this next month. So that's to be announced as it comes out.
Awesome. If we were talking about the community, like how do we manage the community? How do you manage to be active? The top-down processes. Any plans for let's say some campaign for the community strengthening? So how is this aspect in the whole Andrometa project?
Yeah, I think Ammo can best answer this.
Yeah, I just unmuted as well, actually. Yeah, so community, being community lead, we first started off, just when I came into the project, I'll start from the start so you get a better idea of where we came from and where we're going to. So when I came into the project as community lead, the group was already opened for probably about 5 months, and there was roughly about 700 people within the Telegram. For that, I mean, when I started, everybody was literally private buyers. It was a little bit lax in there. Everybody was just kind of like waiting for launch and see what's happening next. And as soon as we got all the plans in place, people started talking, of course. To keep them engaged, obviously, we implemented, a few, basic Telegram games and such and stuff like that. Telegram games. Sorry, my daughter's just walked into my room. So sorry, guys. So basically, I just started off with the basic Telegram games, keep people engaged, and as we rolled out the AMAs, people started joining in. We then released Twitter competitions. We had a Twitter competition that paid $100 per person to 5 people, and we run that twice. So all in all, there was $1,000 going out the door there. We had a meme competition, which a lot of people took part of. I mean, as people come in, they have different ideas of what they want to do. Where they come from, they all have their own plans. A lot of the ideas for the community strengthening comes from some of the moderators that, we have in place. I mean, we've got a strong team of mods, all of which are on a payroll, and everybody is almost, coming onto the Telegram as, employees, so to speak. They come on a certain time, they leave at a certain time, and, they get paid for what they do. Some of them I handpicked a few of them, and these are people that I've met in the space with projects that I've been in. And, people recognize skill when they see it, right? I mean, the community always see professionalism when it's implemented, and that's the idea that we want to bring to the project is professionalism. So, I mean, the most recent competition that we had, I mean, as I mentioned, we put out $1,000 in that. People were extremely bullish on the Twitter on the Twitter competition. I mean, we made it simple for everybody. A lot of people, when they come onto Telegram, onto the Telegram, and they're asked to do a tweet or a retweet, they find it a little bit cumbersome. They find it tiring. A lot of them don't want to do it. So we try to make it as simple as possible, do everything for them, put the hashtags in the actual show message so that all they need to do is just copy and paste and send it out there. So anybody can do it. Anybody can, be part of the competition, whether, you're investing or whether you're not investing. That's the way we built it up to where it is now. And as I said, the AMAs, that brought in, a lot of people, and we're sitting at around 3,300 members at the moment, and we're running on about 15 to 20% active members as well. So it's quite strong. Going forward in the future for community, you know, we're going to be releasing further competitions and contests. We're also we like to call it educational. So if anybody has any issues with, you know, being on the staking platform, or, you know, going forward buying an Ethereum NFT, you know, coming from the BSC side, it can get a bit confusing. So we're planning on doing tutorial sessions for that, videos, you know, so people can just basically follow them and know how to, you know, trade NFTs, how to, you know, go onto the Ethereum network, how to set up a wallet in Ethereum, etc., and to use that, you know, information which we give them as a tool for them to be efficient traders, right? Because it's always about everybody on a level playing field, right? And that's the way we like to bring that ethos, so everybody knows what they're doing, whether they just started out in crypto or whether they're very experienced in crypto. Everybody is sharing ideas, you know, everybody's throwing in their bit of information. So that's the kind of community that we'd like to bring.
Awesome. Let's move kind of into a really important theme, and this is the security. So at first, I would love to ask, is your token audited, or what's the plans for the audit?
Yeah, we did audit the smart contract before the launch, and we're gonna look at a bigger audit in the next little while. But yes, it was audited with InterFi before the launch.
Awesome. I've seen in the white paper that you are targeting the CertiK also. Like, is that correct, or like the plans are which or what?
Yeah, absolutely. Eventually,
Nice.
we're gonna get CertiK done for sure.
Yeah. I mean, we know that even if you got the CertiK, it is like buying the Apple in the audit section. It is popular, but it doesn't secure like the whole internal threats. So do guys like know each other in the dev team, and like how are you sure that there is no internal threat towards the community holders and such? How do you deal with that?
Yeah, that's a good question. And you know, when we started the project, we didn't want to leave anything to luck or anything like that. We just wanted to make sure that, you know, everything was covered. So we did hire a base team of devs. Their name is Elevate Software. So I can show you on the website here. You can look them up, elevatesoftware.io. So these guys are here. They're a real company, so you can look them up. And they've worked on several projects in the past. Nobility, I believe, was with the Safe Moon devs. Also, they collaborated on Nobility. A lot of familiar projects here in the space. So definitely, you know, that was super important for us, because you can trust the team, but then again, you know, you have to know who the developers behind the project are to make sure that you're safe. So even that, we got it covered to make sure that, you know, we have a trusted team of developers a part of the project.
Is it just me, or have we disconnected, or can anybody hear
Yeah,
me? Yeah, you can hear me. Yeah.
I can't hear anybody else.
I'm sorry. I'm just muting myself from time to time because I can hear the kind of echo from some of the mics. So what I was saying is that yeah, like even if we got a CertiK on the table, there is absolutely like zero. You simply cannot be sure that there are no risks. So if you have the relationships with the dev team and such like that, it is awesome. And so I think it is quite important to pinpoint another question. And this is my favorite part, because a lot of times the AMAs we had in the past, like if there is a no like backbone, the AMA talk simply went to nowhere. So now, guys, think about like I'm new to your project. Try to sell me your project. Let's find what makes your product Andrometa unique, and why should I hold the Andrometa?
Yeah, I think Jedi is the most spoken of the two of us, so he can give you that answer.
Yes, mate. I'll give it to you in two simple ways. Hold Andrometa, buy Andrometa, because safe project, obviously. Expert would elevate Ninja Promo and the team, many of us doxed. And two, because of the Ethereum side that we're cross-chain, Ethereum NFTs and being able to earn Ethereum with your NFTs, both those things are bullish. So that's why.
Awesome. So this is kind of for the product part. Also, I want to touch a bit more deeply about the budget, and we know that the space is kind of choppy lately, and it is hard to push through all the pre-sales, and it's kind of been really tough. Do you know that there is some competition in other projects of you, or something similar to Andrometa, or is your project kind of unique in what you are trying to achieve?
Yes, I would say our project is very much definitely, because the inception of the project, what we did is like you should do for creating a good product. Look in the space, because whatever space you're in, there should be people who are doing what you're doing and doing it well. If there's no one, then it's a problem. But you look at the people who are doing it very well and look at why they're doing it very well. So that's what we did. We took notes and seeing what makes a bullish project. Rather than what projects do these days when they look at what they could do to kind of trap investors in to keep them from selling. Instead, I looked at what can we do to keep investors. What can they do to keep investors from selling their bag or trap them into the project? We looked at what we could do to incentivize investors to hold. Why should they hold rather than that? And there are things that we set up in the project, whether it's ETH NFTs, earning ETH, or staking your token and earning from the high APY, and just being sustainable. There's a lot of different reasons, but obviously there are going to be projects that try to do different things, from play to earn game or staking. But there are a lot of them who don't do it right, don't do it properly, and they don't even last. Again, we said it from the beginning, what we're doing is safe, passive, consistent income. So just the fact that we're trying to be consistent, trying to be here from weeks, months, years down the line, that makes us stand out from the other projects in the space.
Awesome. So we touched the competition, and so if we touch the market, and that is very choppy lately, that means also that the budget is kind of strict to a lot of projects. How do you deal with your budget, and what is the revenue model? I know we touch it, but if you could zoom to a few points, like why the revenue model is sustainable for the holders and for your project, as we know, like you want to have some salaries and you want to pay out something as you're a legal entity. So how do you cover this?
Yes. So first off, if you look at the tokenomics, the way it's set up, you see that we split up with marketing, staking pool rewards, the staff and the team, but also development of the project. So all of that does, it means that as the project goes on, as we gain volume, as we get followers, investors from all the different things that we're doing, all the different social platforms we're on, that proportionally translates to rewards for the holders. Because all of that volume getting into the project, the taxes, there's going to be poured directly into the staking pool feeding the investors who are staking there as well. And down the line, you know, with the NFTs, once those are ready, once those are mintable, a portion of those sales are also going to be poured again directly into the staking pool rewards. So we're doing things to directly tie our growth and the success of the project to investors' pockets. I think that's a win-win situation.
Awesome. So I want to keep like the AMAs and especially the collaboration ones, like short, informational, a lot of value inside. So in the end, guys, let's really sum up your wins that you are expecting to remember the community about. So sum up your events, like the terms, when you expect it, and what should people expect.
Right. So to go over it again quickly, project summed up 4 contracts, 2 are on BSC, 2 on Ethereum, right? We have the NFT, we have the smart contract for the token staking, the smart contract for the NFT on the Ethereum side, and the NFT staking. So we launched about a week ago, token on BSC, staking was live, going steady now. A lot of people who were some private sellers, the paper hands, I guess, have gone out. So now we have a steady floor, and we're about to just now start marketing and as well build out the Ethereum side with the ETH NFTs coming out in a few weeks. So get in, guys, get on the project, do your research, read a white paper, ask any questions you want. But just things to look forward and know that this month, a lot of things are coming out, especially on the ETH side for the project. And in the future, we have the ETH bridge. But before we get into any of that, know that getting in now and being on the BSC side and staking your token, being a big bag holder is going to reward you then in the future. So that's the whole game plan.
Yeah, so this would be for the main part. If you would love to add anything in, just do it now before we move on to the community questions.
I
didn't catch that.
I think Jedi summed that up well. We're a young project. Tons of things to look forward to. I mean, right now is the best time to get in, and getting our Telegram and see what we have planned. Look at our awesome community, and you know, if you're there for the long term, you know, this is a project for you.
Awesome. So, I mean, for the community questions, I got the experience that a lot of times, if we just open the voice chat for anyone, then it is just being flooded by questions that actually are kind of botted and used all over and over. So I've been through like 20, 30 questions, and I would love to read a few. So the first one is from So Leisure. He got the Andrometa profile picture, so I guess he's from the community of yours. Welcome in there. Let's read the question. I want to know about Amos' previous project, and also let them tell you about their previous project. These guys are a good team. Don't forget about the NFT aspect on ETH side, and possibly also on BSC.
So I actually answered him on there in terms of, I mean, I know Soul Leisure, right? And, you know, I prefer not to, you know, divulge data when I'm talking about, you know, my original project. But if anybody wants to know any details about that, of course, you can DM me, and I'm more than happy to speak about it. But I mean, because that project's still running, I don't want to cause a bit of a conflict. So, you know, that is something that, you know, I'm not going to be talking about. As a part to the NFT side of his question, of course, Jedi can go ahead and talk about that if he wants.
As we said earlier, the NFT is going to be on Ethereum side just a few weeks now. They're going to be mint ready. We have lots of different things you can see on the website, andrometatoken.io. Scroll to the bottom, you get a glimpse of what the NFT is going to look like. Obviously, some color in the background and some specifics are going to be changed from that. Just a taste. Know that the NFTs are going to sell out. and know that people who are buying the BSC token right now, people who are staking, and the top holders on the BSC side, they are going to be rewarded with things like free mints on the Ethereum side for the NFTs and whitelist spots. So keep that in mind now, guys, and get in early. Before that, get in our Discord, get in our Telegram, and just be active, and we're going to reward those people. Simple as that.
Awesome. So I got another question that kind of caught my attention, and I think it might be a harder one, but it seems really unique, and it is from Vahil. So thank you for asking. Any chance these NFTs have real life use cases, like connected into somehow to the zoo or something in those terms, like we have the Pokemon game? So I guess he's trying to be a real life use case. So just
I'll shine a little bit light on that without giving up too many secrets. I will say that yes, most definitely yes. We're actually in talks with a friend turned investor turned whale turned very excited whale, and eventually he's going to turn into a partner, one of the team members, because he's very talented. He has a mind of games. He's a gamer, and he has big plans for how we could bridge this to the game world. We talk about utility in the future. Wanted to do things that kind of capture and be able to get people, investors' eyes outside of the BSC, outside of ETH, outside of the crypto world, because I think that's how you speak to longevity. There's a lot of kind of echo chambers, people, especially who just use marketing like Telegram calls only. You can kind of get trapped, and the investors, the BSC, Ethereum side, they're millions and they're all over. And then on top of that, there are people, obviously who do different things, watch shows that you could use NFTs related, buy merchandise, play games. But if you do it right, you can definitely tap into volume from all these different angles. Just to say that, yeah, there's a lot planned in that venue. Just wait and keep your ear to the ground. We'll release it soon.
Yeah, and I love this question, because this is why we are running the Tayarra HUB in the first place. Like, what we can see on the BSC is really kind of communities, armies, and those are driven by the giveaways at all. And I would rather let projects speak about themselves, learn about the DeFi, GameFi, NFTs, esport, really intertwine all of those. And how to make it is to make the interaction in between the communities. So I'm really in love that the Andrometa team were opted into the Tayarra HUB and to host them today. So it is very live question, and I really like that. So let's have another question, and this is from Amin. Do you have any plans to attract non-crypto investors to join our project? Because the success of a project attracts more investors who haven't yet entered the crypto world. And what are the plans to raise the awareness about your project in the non-crypto space? So maybe if you could touch now the market inside.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I did say that in the last answer, but we'll go over it once more.
Yeah. I mean, just the market inside, because people a lot of times don't understand really what's the intersection. So that's why I picked again.
Okay. Yeah. No, for sure. So in terms of marketing, obviously there are places that it's known for crypto enthusiasts to hang out. Twitter, obviously. Medium, Reddit, YouTube, Telegram, those, and Discord. Those are the main places that we too have set up shop and are building, growing. Go to any of those, look up Andrometa token, get involved. We have people managing stations 24/7. And then on top of that, we set up things in our project to make sure that we're not just in an echo chamber. We're not just looking at crypto enthusiasts. We're doing things that it's going to attract people outside of the blockchain crypto world. We mentioned utility, obviously you earn ETH, but then on top of that, in the future, the NFTs, we're going to tie into different things that's going to attract people outside of crypto, obviously, whether it's, animated series, merchandise, game. There's a lot of different things we could do. Ultimately, it's going to be based on the community. And we're going to do what's best, we're going to do it right. So yeah, that just kind of sums it up. We mentioned it many times in this chat though.
Yeah. Like, this is why I kind of highlighted, because a lot of times the projects got stuck in this being called by channels, AMA channels, only really crypto audience. And so what I really loved when I was going through the white paper of Andrometa is that they look very professional in both the marketing side, community side, and the team experience. And so we talked about that the team wants to utilize like the Google ads and a lot of things that are kind of out of touch of crypto. So we kind of know the marketing only from the crypto side, but we need to utilize both in order to have the maximum effect. So this is why I asked. I love the answer, and let's go for another and the last question. So this question is from Brody. On the roadmap, Q2, Q3 2022, launch of the second collection of more limited NFT 3D art, Ethereum Bridge or Sol Bridge, if available. My question is, why is NFT limited? How much is limited to NFT? When will you use the ETH or Sol network? I think the sooner the better, because this is a strategy to move this project forward.
So we said earlier in about a few weeks, the NFT is going to be live on ETH. You'll be able to mint them and stake them soon afterwards. And then soon after that, we're going to be bridging to ETH. It's kind of like we set up built the house, and now we're just going to fill it up with members. Because the fact that we're stretching out and having the NFTs on ETH, before that, our NFT marketer is going to sell the collection. He's setting up shop and doing what he needs to do to do that, which is, building out the Discord, set up the community, having them interacting daily, and building out that on Twitter as well. So then there are going to be eyes from Ethereum. They're going to be shining on us from a couple weeks to that few weeks point. And then after the NFTs are sold out, of course, those people are going to want to buy whenever we're on the Ethereum side and bridge that way too. So it's kind of a bit of a organic path that kind of leads to just volume headed towards the ETH side. But again, that volume too pours into the BSC side, because we still have the staking and everything live on BSC. And just imagine if there was a very bullish NFT collection, very bullish Ethereum coin attached to a BSC coin, or just organic bullish. So it's the whole. No worries.
I just want to go ahead and get another question from one of the other community members really quick. I mean, I should have mentioned it in my speech actually, but we do have multiple language groups as well. Italian, Polish, Arabic, Persian, Urdu, Turkish, Bangladeshi, French, Chinese. So, we have implemented these from the start. Some of these, have some interaction, some of them don't. But I mean, if you really if you can't speak, any English or type any English whatsoever, of course, hit up one of our groups there, and somebody there will be able to help you. But we have roughly about 10 to 12 language groups as well for people that don't, speak English fully.
Yeah. And as I know, there is a guy who got his hands raised, and he's from Anti-Ruggers United community, and I know the channel. We had the A-Mind there, so I trust the guy that he's gonna have some valuable question. So I will unmute him and allow to speak. So Peter Griffin, you are allowed to ask your question. So it would be great if you could drop it to the team right now.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome.
Hi, guys. Great project. So I just have two questions. So number one question, which one is more advantaged? Is it that we should hold multiple common NFTs, or is there a rare NFT we should look out for?
So to be honest, you kind of want to do both. Because yes, they're going to be the rare NFTs in our collection. They're going to supply you with more ETH, but also they're going to be ways that you can combine the NFTs that we have, and that's going to give you bonuses like more ETH as well. The specifics haven't been outlined again because NFTs are coming out in about 3 weeks, working with the developer, the marketer, designer to get us all on the same page. But just know that that's kind of the basis right now to give you a heads up.
Sure. All right. So, given the market conditions, right, and how they are now with the downtrend, what is the plan to provide values to investors and to hold the token value?
Can I answer that, please, Jedi?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, so I mean, the market being up and down, as everybody knows it since October, November time. The market is unpredictable. Everybody knows this, right? And it's out of. I mean, one thing which people seem to forget is it's out of control for anybody that's launching a project on the BSC or Ethereum or wherever you're going to release it, because they don't really control it. It's controlled by many other investors up there who whether they're doing. The stories span back to market manipulation or whatever you've got, right? Whatever stories they say. But what I like to believe is if your investors are there, right, following your project and they believe in your project, right, people will invest, right? They will always invest. And I've seen that in multiple projects recently launched, right, where they've done so many X's purely on the basis that the project is bullish, regardless of the market, right? I mean, we get asked this question quite a few times now. I mean, how do you plan on, the market? There's no way that you can actually plan for a market, on a downtrend. The only thing that we can do is support our staking platform, right, which we've got 60% of our supply in there, right, for our holders. We've recently increased the percentages for our staking platform as well. So what do people always say whenever it comes to the market going down? They say hodl. Yeah, they say hodl. Now, instead of just hodling and, sitting there with no volume, sit in the staking platform, right? Sit in the staking, stake your tokens and earn the higher increased percentage rates and earn tokens for when the market does correct, right? When the market does go up. I can't give an answer as opposed to when it's going to do it, but when your tokens are there, you've accumulated so many. Now we offer 14, 30 and 60-day staking programs. If it corrects within 60 days and you've gained as much percentage as you possibly can in tokens and the market corrects itself, that in turn will have benefited you for holding for that time anyway. So I always say follow the investors, don't follow the market, follow the investors, right? That's the angle I like to take on it, if that answers your question.
Great answer. Amazing. I mean, I love the project. I love the sincerity and I love everything. Thank you guys so much. And I wish you good luck in the project.
You're welcome, Peter. Thank you for your question.
Awesome. So I think it is time to end this question or end this phase of the community questions and leave the word for you guys to say goodbye, say the last words. I will end the recording afterwards and you will be free to leave to do your duties. I know it's kind of late, but we will have the giveaway wheel spin afterwards. So I will leave the word towards the team to say goodbye and the last words right now.
Thank you guys so much for having us on. It's been a really nice AMA, like a podcast. Again, check out our Telegram, our Twitter, Andrometa token. Come say hi, and we'll be in you guys as well. Thanks again.
Yeah, thank you very much for having us. It's been a pleasure. As Jedi mentioned, if there's any questions, you can ask your questions 24 hours a day. There's moderators overnight or in the morning, in the day, whenever you want. Myself, I like to be present as much as possible throughout the day, up to the evening. As long as I'm awake, you'll find me around. So if you just tag me and ask me any questions, of course, you can ask me questions directly if you want. We're looking to incorporate some competitions going forward, for our holders. So I would urge people that if you are going to be, participating, if you are going to be joining in for a giveaway, you'd need to be holding Andrometa. However, if there are any questions in regards to the project, just hit us up and we'll do our best to, answer them for you by all means. Thank you.
All right, it was really lovely, Emma. And as I'm saying, this is just the start of the Tayarra HUB, guys. And what is our goal is to really create those relations in between the project, and in the future, we plan to really kickstart even the expos, conferences. We got a great experience in streaming, broadcasting, so we will use real life studios in order to set some great chain conferences in between the project. So this was the Andrometa team. I am cutting right now the recording, and we will move toward the wheel spin, and I am ending now the recording part and handle the word towards the Moldon.